So, thank you for tuning into The Awakening with Shontal Bettis-Brown. Don't forget to share and like on social media, and please subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Please make sure you comment and tell me what you like about today's show. So, let's awaken with today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to The Awakening Season 2. This season, we're going to just address basically just overall. Last season on season 1, we talked about a number. I talked about a numbers of things. Had many guests. I want to thank you and thank everyone that tuned in, that listened, that gave me feedback, constructive feedback. Just overall, I really, really appreciate it. This season, I want to kind of pinpoint on a bunch of different topics, and I'm praying and hoping that it's successful and effective, that it will basically touch lives in different ways. And I just want to today, what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna wing it. I really thought about a topic, and then I was like, no, it's a beginning of a new season. A lot has happened since my last episode, my last season, season 1. We have a new president, Joe Biden. We also have a new vice president, African American, also Miss Kamala Harris. And yes, we did it. A lot did happen in order to get them in office, but um it taught us a whole lot of things. It taught us, for me, it taught the um it showed how much division it is. It also showed how much we can come together as one if we want to. And that's one of the things that I learned the most. Everything that we do is a decision. Whether it's good or bad, it's a decision. It's a decision that each one of us make. It shows character out of a lot of people. It shows our integrity. And, dealing with the election process, I feel like it was a lot of scales came off people's eyes as far as where we are in America as a whole, where we are as a people, where we are as a country, United States just overall. Where are we and what we are doing? What are we basing ourselves on? And so this season, I just want to speak on. I'm gonna be speaking on a lot and have a lot of guests on as far as where are we? Where are we in life? Where are we in our just overall household, marriages, just self-love, even with our kids, where are we? And it's a lot. And it's been a lot of deaths, coronavirus. I'm thanking the Lord for the vaccines. A lot of people don't believe in the vaccines. A lot of people haven't took the vaccines. I am one of those people that have not taken the vaccine or might not even take it. And it's just me. It's something that I'm praying about. And if it should change, I probably would, but right now I'm doing more study up on them, trying to educate myself more on it. I thank God that no one immediately in my family, as far as in my household, my husband and kids did not contract it. I am grateful for that. That alone is a praise report in itself, because it's a lot. My kids go to school, me and my husband work in a retail field, and we deal with different people every day, deal with different, all races, and it's just a lot. So we made it, for the ones that have contracted the virus. I'm happy that you still amongst the living. I'm happy for you. I'm grateful for you. I have been praying for everybody as a whole that had contracted it. And it made me think, really hard about life in itself. A lot of people, even though with all this stuff going on in the world, where are you? Are you still holding grudges? Are you still not forgiving? Are you still, just doing things that's not causing you to grow? So for me, it's just been a reflection as where am I? Where am I in life? So um I think a lot of things that has came to the forefront, with this, dealing with the virus in 2020, dealing with this election coming in 2021, what happened in state cap, what happened in Washington D.C. on January the 6th. I mean, it has been a lot. It has been a lot for a lot of people. My kids, they asked questions. Um, and my daughter, she was like, what's gonna happen? And it all goes back to a faith based world, as far as for me, it's depending and leaning on God. It's strictly nothing but the Lord that has carried me and my family through. Nobody but Him. Now me, my husband, I tell my kids, we all have to really in this season really just buckle down and really just look at ourselves, examine ourselves as a whole. What can we do better to bring the country together? What can we do better to bring our households together? What can we do better to bring our communities together? Just everything. And I believe that we can do it if we want to. I believe everybody has a position in life. A lot of people feel like, especially in the biblical aspect, you have to be a bishop, a pastor, or evangelist, or some anybody. But we all know once you really know and get to know who God really is and who you serve. Everybody has a light. We're all disciples. We're all working in His kingdom as one. And so, with that being said, we have a light. We all have a light that shines bright within us, and it's up to us to let that light shine. And for us to set these examples, for us to change, for us to do different things. So this season, we're going to talk about a lot of that. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to have certain breakers, to icebreakers to kind of break the ice with the people my guests that will be coming on. And I just want this to be a season of impact, empowerment, growth, movement. Um, like I said, we have had 2020 don't owe us nothing. If anything, we owe 2020. We don't owe 2020, but we owe God for bringing us to this point in life. And I'm so grateful to be able to be among the living right now. I'm so grateful to be able to be, having these podcasts. Where are you in your goals? Where are you in your mindset? I have a bunch of questions. And I just feel like, we need to just press forward and do what we need to do. You only live, my grandma used to say, you only live once, enjoy your life. And I used to be hesitant over certain things, and and take stuff for granted. Now I'm more appreciative for everything. I'm more appreciative to my kids, my husband especially, because a lot of people got divorced in 2020. A lot of people got divorced. And a lot of people got separated. A lot of people died. Couples died, and it made me, reflect. It's like I say, it's just a reflection for me. And I'm grateful. So, if I hadn't saw you, or if you listen to this podcast, or even if I don't know you, just know Shontal Bettis-Brown love you. I love you, and I'm so grateful that we could come together and listen and help each other sharpen. I had this organization called Daughters of the Most High that I had been working on for years and years and years. And the main concept, the motto was iron sharpen iron, because we in a need of sharpening amongst people, amongst parents, amongst friends, even, just growth. You have to be able to sharpen each other. You have to be able to help each other. And I always say I have nobody in my circle that I'm smarter than. Some people may say that's crazy. Why would you? No, because in order to grow, you got to be amongst people that's willing to grow or is growing or further than you, that you can kind of, I look at, to help me, to inspire me to want to do better, to want better for myself, for my children, for my family. And so it's a where are you type of podcast this season. What you doing? What we gonna be doing? What you gonna be doing? What plans do you have? How effective are you putting your plans? And I'm putting myself on punishment. I have to put myself on punishment. Let me tell you, me and my husband, we had and let me tell you about this weather. The weather has been crazy as well. All my prayers goes out to each family everybody affected in a storm, especially the ice winter storm that we had, the ice storm that we had, especially in Texas, because I stayed in Dallas for 17 years, different part of Dallas, and I love Texas. Um, Even though I don't agree with a lot of stuff that Texas do, I love it as a state. I grew up, to me, as a woman when I stayed in Texas. It was in my prime. I was in my 20s. So I enjoyed Texas. And due to the fact that y'all had to go through everything that y'all went through, no lights, no power, no lights, no water. I mean, just a whole flooding, uh, pipes busting, all that stuff. It to me, my heart just went out to so many people because it could have been me. But, thank God for grace and his mercy. I'm in Mississippi now. We had a water advisory where some people couldn't even use their water. I thank God that me and my family wasn't affected by it. But it's just the point of, where are we as a world? Where are we? What's going on in this world? And my grandma used to always say as well, and my parents, we coming to the end. The Bible is fulfilling itself. It's like now. 2 weeks ago, ice. The next week, rain. You had rain. We had rain. Now it's like 70 degrees outside, and I'm like, Lord, what is really going on? But he said you would never know the season, so that's basically what is happening. And so, like I said, it's a lot going on, and in this season, and in this season too, like I said, I just want to speak on, where are you? Where are we? It's a lot of different guests that I will be appearing, conversations. I'm the type of person, I like to speak on stuff that don't nobody want to talk about, or people don't really want to admit to. Generational curses. One of the things that I really that has taken me topic is the sins of a mother. As parents, we do things that affect our kids' future, and we tend to brush it off. Like, where did they get that from, or why they like that, or what happened, this, or whatever. But to me, and like I say, where are you as a parent right now? Are you growing? Can you admit your wrongs? Can you admit your non-growth? Can you admit where you dropped the ball at, or just can you admit to yourself, I'm not perfect, or I have sinned. Lord, just help me do better. Help me be a better person. So, with that being said, this podcast, season 2, I know it's going to be wonderful. I know it's going to be successful, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk, and hopefully I can get a few of the guests that I had on before on back to the podcast. And I will be giving out the topics hopefully a week ahead of time. That way people can tune in and, really be listening to what's going on and, you know, around us. Because everywhere is something different. In Texas is something different. Mississippi is something different. California, everybody is going through something different in this time frame, but it all leads back to one thing. We are one. We are one as people. We are one as a unity. We are one. Everything can change in this world according to us. And so that's one of the things too that I will be addressing as well and speaking on. And it's like, let's just talk. I think this season we just gonna talk about some stuff, and we're gonna listen and take notes and be effective with each other like never before. And um I'm just really heartfelt that, like I say, that we are here. God kept us here for a purpose. He kept some of us here to break goals, to be champions. We just leaving out of Black History Month. What did you do for Black History Month? What did you teach your child for Black History Month? How effective was you with your kids as far as teaching them where they came from and where your ancestors? It's time for us to really to just look at what is really going on in our lives in America, just everywhere in our households. Open them, open them doors, open them closet doors. Let them skeletons out, baby. We're gonna discuss some stuff this season. So I just want to thank you for tuning in. It's not gonna be. It's a short podcast today, but it will be a effective podcast and getting us ready for season 2. And I just want to thank the Reggie Whitley podcast for giving me the opportunity yet again. I thank all the listeners, like not only for my podcast show, but for his as well, because he has been doing tremendous. He has been doing a tremendous job. And Reggie, thank you. I love you, and you are the best. And we're gonna get this thing together. We're gonna rock and roll this season, and we're gonna have some fun once again. Thank you for tuning in. I can't wait to get for y'all to know who's coming on and listen and just give me feedback as to how you feel about the show, what you learn about the show, what can be different. I am one that can take constructive criticism very well. I don't get in my feelings. I get in my feelings sometimes, but it don't take me nothing to shake it out and be like, okay, Shontal, we got the revamp, we got the, certain things need to change and certain things need to address. Everybody has an opinion and everybody has different beliefs. And that's what it's all about. Come together as one. Even though I might not believe in what you believe in, your God, or not believe in, your way of thinking or whatever, but it all comes back. Is it right? That's the main question. Is it right? Is it truthful? You can look at things in different um ways of learning, and that's where we are. And so, like I said, thank you for tuning into this podcast. Thank you, and I appreciate you so much. So I will see you next week on The Awakening. Thank you so much. Bye.